So literally 4 minutes and 1 second.
And finally called his name, it wasn't a surprise. It was long overdue. Success didn't slow Chris Mullin down. It only sharpened his edge. Fresh off rehab and now a fitness machine, Mullin led the entire league in minutes played for the second year in a row. And it showed. He earned his 4th straight All-Star selection, helped push the Warriors to 55 wins, and became the heartbeat of a team that was fast, skilled, and unrelenting. Even after the Warriors were upset in the first round by the Sonics, optimism was everywhere. Because Chris Mullin was still climbing, still evolving, still going, and that relentless work ethic never left. Bill Wellington has a story that sounds like a myth, but anyone who knows Mullin knows it's probably an understatement.
Went to the Concept Arena, and Chris and there were about 5 or 6 of us were playing basketball. We go outside, and it's a huge snowstorm. I came back 3 days later. He was still there. He just stayed in the gym the whole time.
By now, Chris Mullin wasn't just respected. He was admired. He had gone from a sharpshooting kid in Brooklyn to a dream team sniper, from overlooked to undeniable. And nobody captured that better than a man who knew greatness inside and out, Larry Bird.
Chris has always been one of my favorites. He's the type of guy that, the lack of foot speed he had, he was able to make up with his quick hands and his shooting ability. And
if anybody knows about lack of foot
speed, in the hole. And when you put that combination together, it makes it pretty deadly.
Nearly stolen by Mullin.
That's what made Mullin so dangerous. He didn't beat you with flash. He beat you with feel.
An
every cut,
Olympian
every
champion.
read, and every jumper was intentional. And for those watching from afar, like Calbert Chaney, Mullin's impact ran deep.
Chris is extremely deserving of the Hall of Fame. I remember when I watched him at St. John's.
100%.
Back when the Big East Leagues played at Cap Center and everything, and Madison Square Garden. I used to tune in and watch him all the time. I used to St. John's at that time was one of my favorite teams in basketball, in college basketball. And for him to get the Hall of Fame honor, that'd be perfect for him.
St. John's was electric.
All-time
Madison
great.
Square Garden was his stage. And decades later, that same kid
Just
who
a
ruled
part
the
of the
Big
No
East
Ring Club.
would finally get the honor everyone knew was coming, the Hall of Fame. Rob Worden, another St. John's product, put it perfectly.
We're talking Chris Mullin here. Probably the single reason I went to St. John's University. And, I remember back, we both got to play for the legendary coach Lou Cornseca, who always used to bring Chris up in his stories about how Chris would never shoot the ball in practice. He always was looking to make guys better, make his teammates better in practice. He'd come back late at night, 11 o'clock or midnight, to get his shooting done. And this was being done at the college age, you know what I mean? So it was, it's a tribute to him and his work ethic. It's a wonderful time for Chris and for St. John's University and for the Warriors organization. And, our hats are off to you, Chris, and congratulations.
That's who he was. Not a spotlight chaser, not a stat hunter, just a guy who loved the game so much, he gave it everything. Chris Mullin earned the game's respect not because he was the loudest or flashiest, but because he was relentless, selfless, and unapologetically great at what he did. A legend not just in points, but in principle. So the next time someone forgets Chris Mullin's name in a conversation about the greats, remind them of the gym lights that never turned off.